I came to y'all earlier this week and we talked about well, you know what? Maybe it could have been last week where we talked about apartments and how the rental prices and things are being investigated, or at least there was like a particular location, like the Cortland in Atlanta, that was being investigated on their rent prices. Well, it seems like it could be a bit more bigger than that when it comes to a particular software, a company that has had a strong involvement when it comes to what these landlords have been charging for the rental rates, girl, causing the spike. Okay, causing the increase in the market. And I'm so glad. I don't know who pressed the button for the FBI to come forward to want to do this investigation into them, but I am so here for it because they have been preying on apartment renters for a very long time, especially in the state of Georgia, in my opinion, especially in Atlanta and surrounding greater Atlanta areas. Okay. With this whole market rent thing, which is absolutely dumb as fuck to me. I don't understand how you can charge, let's say, $1,100 for an apartment, get it at this rate now. If not, when you come back next week, the apartment could be $1,300. Why, bitch? Are you doing any other upgrades within that time frame as to why the price would increase to 1,300 motherfucking dollars? Okay. So they've been preying on people, and now that it's, since the pandemic, I feel like it has gotten even more worse and even more out of control. And I feel like maybe the state of Georgia, and ain't no telling who or what else, has allowed y'all to feel like y'all are free to do what the hell you want to do when it comes to these prices and stuff. And now y'all over there being investigated. So what's interesting is people are saying that the rental rates are coming down. I bet they are. Of course, not only because, maybe the software company is doing some type of changes at this point, but landlords are probably bringing it down in hopes of not being caught up in this investigation. But it's probably going to happen anyway because it looks like they're dating things back to 2015 to 2017. So I do want us to hop over and get into this article. And y'all know I love getting into my articles, honey. Okay, for the new people over here on this channel, I love to get into my articles. They definitely give us more details than just whatever a headline may say. Okay, we have over 200 people here, so I do thank you guys for being here. Just make sure that you're coming in, supporting the channel by hitting that like button and letting other people know that we are live at this time, and also that you're enjoying the content as well. Okay, so let us do that. So they're saying FBI raids corporate landlord in major rent price fixing probe. What it means for you. The FBI's recent raid on Cortland management reveals a nationwide conspiracy to inflate rents, potentially impacting millions of renters, including those in Rhode Island. Walla bing bang. Okay, scale it back because it ain't just Rhode Island. Y'all gonna need to open it up to other folks on this motherfucking island. Hello? It's a whole lot. Don't say nationwide and then turn around and say including those in Rhode Island. What does that mean? Maybe you'll explain. When you say nationwide, we already was including Rhode Island. Okay? So we gonna see. And they're gonna probably break it down as we go further. They say discover how RealPage's software. Now, this RealPage's software is the software that all of these landlords was using, child, on some scheming action. Okay, and how I understood it was like they could have like 20 apartments available, right? But what RealPage was doing, from my understanding, like let's say they got 20 apartments available, but they'll only show 5 available on the website. Number one, I feel like that heightens the what is it? The immediate, like the anxiousness, the rush to go ahead and get some, like, oh dang, they only got like 5 available or whatever, so I need to try and go ahead and rent something. With that 5 showing available, of course they're going to hike the prices up on that 5, and on those 5, the extra amount that they may charge you for rent on those 5 may be enough to cover possibly 2 other damn apartments. And then as they get y'all locked in, because y'all are operating out of possible fear, like, oh dang, this ain't gonna be available, let me hurry up and get it, and they get you in there for a few months, then they'll slowly start opening up another 3 to 5 or whatever, and then hike the prices up on that. And then if you got a neighbor apartment complex around the corner that's less than 5 miles away, they may look on there to gauge, because see, it's not too different than what they do with commercial real estate, what they do with other houses and stuff like that. They like to see what the market is looking like, right? So if they're looking in the market and they're saying like, oh snap, these people are, renting this 2 bedroom, similar square footage for X, Y, and Z amount of money, then we might want to consider doing the same. So then they raise their prices. And I don't really like that when it comes to apartments, in my personal. And I feel like this standard applies to some houses. You can't just raise your prices because of what you see others doing around you. There are adequate upgrades that need to be done on a property, right? So if there's a home next door and it may sell for $200,000 more. Well, it could be because, hello, they made certain upgrades to possibly increase that amount. You might want to evaluate and make the same motherfucker. You may not have what Sarah and them got next door. And I just feel like I feel like before you can raise your rent prices a certain amount, I really just feel like you should, how when they go to restaurants and you got to have like a certain standard, or your rating is going to be low, you're going to get like a 70 or whatever. They should kind of do the same thing with apartments. Okay, you got to pass the mold test or whatever, water pressure test. There are certain things I feel like one should require when you having all of these people on your property like that, and you trying to increase the rent. Don't be trying to charge more for this home they got carpet when the other home in the next building ain't got no damn carpet and it's cheaper. And because they ain't got no carpet, their apartment looks bigger than this one that you over here charging too much for. So I just feel like, get your shit together. And I hope that this called the people to the carpet to get their stuff together. And that's just on period. Okay. So they're saying RealPage's software allegedly manipulates rental rates and what this could mean for your rents. Okay. In a dramatic turn of events that could have far reaching implications for renters nationwide, the FBI conducted an unannounced raid on Cortland Management's headquarters in Atlanta on Wednesday, May 22nd. They said this action is part of a criminal antitrust investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice. It into allegations that Cortland has been involved in a conspiracy to artificially inflate apartment rents. Now, before this investigation, from what I'm hearing, really went down, from what I'm understanding, there was like there were some people that were complaining about the rents in Atlanta. So I don't know who triggered it. Maybe it was those people that was complaining about the rental prices and different stuff when it comes to Cortland. And next thing you know, girl, they got an investigation. So we here for it, okay? They're saying this raid is more than just a legal drama. It's It's a significant development that could impact millions of renters, including those in Rhode Island who have been grappling with soaring rental prices. Now, girl, y'all been over there tearing the people in Rhode Island up. Okay, they said at the heart of this investigation in RealPage, a software and consulting firm that allegedly orchestrates price fixing among large corporate landlords. RealPage's system, which is owned by Thoma Bravo, one of the largest private equity firms in the U.S., provides rental price recommendations to landlords. Those recommendations are based on detailed real-time data shared by landlords, including pricing, inventory, and occupancy rates. Now, how they go about capturing this data, and I know because I used to work for a company similar to this that's in commercial real estate, oftentimes they just call around. They call around and find out, hey, how much are you renting for this? They may call around and ask, they're going to ask how much you're renting for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, or 2 bedroom, 1 bath. What's the square footage of that? They're going to ask about the occupancy rate. And sometimes what happens is the people that are giving you the information don't always give you the accurate information. Sometimes they just tell you whatever, and then you just put that into the system. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can find this information on their website, and even the websites don't be 100% up to date. You know what I'm saying? So girl, it's a mess. It's a mess. Let's keep going. They're saying RealPage's influence is extensive, affecting rents for 70% of multifamily apartment buildings and 16 million units across America. Now, they say the scheme allegedly works by encouraging landlords to adopt RealPage's pricing recommendations. Okay, so what they do is they recommend and they try to encourage them. A lot of people rely on that because if that's what's driving the money, of course they're going to rely on what RealPage is saying. Let's see what the market is looking like. Let's see what people in our area are charging. They probably evaluate this every quarter. It probably went from every year to every quarter to then every damn month. And girl, here in Georgia at one point, I believe it went to every damn week. Okay, let's see what the market is looking like. That's what they used to call like market rent. And they got away with it for so long, which is crazy to me. Okay, so they say that the scheme allegedly works by encouraging landlords to adopt RealPage's pricing recommendations, which they do 80 to 90% of the time. This coordinated effort among landlords to follow the software suggestions drives up rental prices by reducing the availability of units. As one of the RealPage's architects reportedly stated, the goal is to prevent landlords from undervaluing their property. That's what they say. How dare y'all sit up there and say undervaluing property, but don't think that the tenants paying you their hard earned money is worth having, they're not valued enough and worth having a nicer unit. See, y'all be having these old ass apartments and y'all think that y'all could just slap some new paint on some of this stuff. They be having these old ass apartments and y'all feel like y'all don't have to do a whole lot, but y'all want to charge a whole lot. And then you have tacky ass, whack ass, unprofessional ass, okay, unskilled ass maintenance men. Hello? And then you don't even be having enough on the property to get the adequate things done, but you want to overcharge people every year. You want to increase their rent by $200 to $500 every year, but you don't want to make sure you get the necessary things taken care of in their property. Are you crazy? Like that's I can't. I'm so glad this is happening. They said thereby ensuring higher rents nationwide. Now, Cortland Management, they own about 85,000 rental units across the 13 states. All right. They said this is a significant player in this alleged conspiracy. So y'all contributed to the driving. Now, my question is, what investment does Cortland Management have in real property? I'm wondering, are y'all on the board in some capacity? Are y'all silent owners of some sort? What investment do you have in RealPage? Because y'all are the driving force when it comes to this shit. Okay. Out of all of the management companies, they chose to dig into you hoes. Okay. They said the impact of such practices is starkly evident in Atlanta, where 81% of multifamily rental unit prices are set using software, and rents have skyrocketed by 80% since 2016. Baby, I need everybody to come to the mother carpet. Governors, mayors, all you raggedy ass. So you understand what I'm saying? Because y'all have allowed this. All right. And then I also feel like y'all allowed it because a lot of these apartment complexes, number one, they change names so damn often. And I also feel like even though they change names, I feel like it does not always mean that they're like the company is really changing. I feel like the company may have gotten tied up legally or some shit, so they had to go and create another LLC and then change the name over of the apartment complex because we're moving everything over to this LLC type of thing. Some of these folks that own these LLCs or these apartment complexes don't live in the state of Georgia. Get it? Don't necessarily have to. But y'all be scammers. And I also be wondering how many of you politicians are connected to these LLCs that own these rental properties. Ah, okay. That's probably why y'all let shit fly. Okay. So then they go on to say the adoption of RealPage's pricing recommendations by numerous landlords between 2015 and 2017, followed by RealPage's acquisition of its main rival lease rent option in 2017, has given it unparalleled control over rental pricing. Now, see, now y'all won't make me want to dig into y'all just a little bit RealPage, so I can find out who's connected to who that's connected to who, because I don't trust you hoes. Okay. Now they say that, and then here's the other gag for me. While y'all over there doing this with apartments, y'all need to tiptoe in your J's over there to the housing market and find out what that's all about. While y'all calling these motherfuckers to the carpet, when you're done, call out all them corporations that was around here buying up all these houses in the neighborhoods that was driving up prices. Okay, because that shit should be illegal too. You feel what I'm saying? Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out. Go get them. Okay, call out these other motherfuckers that was putting houses on the market for rent, but not getting back to people that was trying to find out more about the houses, directing them to a website so they can apply for the homes. Because during the pandemic, a lot of people was just looking at homes and just applying, right? Didn't even live in the state, just applying. And really, what y'all was doing was racking up on the application fees. Is what the fuck y'all was doing. It was a lot of that going on during the pandemic and after. Okay, a lot of people racking up on them fees, and a lot of these corporations buying up these homes, just letting these homes sit, making it appear as though these homes were available for rent on their websites when they really weren't. Okay, they really weren't, because y'all wasn't shaking and moving, getting back to nobody or doing anything. Now there were some people, because I remember seeing this lady on TikTok, and I cannot think of this company's name. I know their logo is like the color green, but I can't think of their doggone name. I think it's Invitation Homes. I really think it's Invitation Homes, where this lady on TikTok was talking about how she rented a home blindly. She saw the pictures and everything. She rented the home, I guess, for her and her kids, relocated from where they were. She saw that as an opportunity, moved to a state, and it has been horrible ever since she got there. She's been having all kind of issues with her property, and every time she reaches out to somebody, they wasn't getting back to her. Okay, and she's spending all this fucking money. So that's some crazy shit. Now I don't know why people wasn't taking heed. If it was tough for you to get in touch with these people, for you to rent these properties out, then you should have considered that. Consider the situation. Because if it's hard for you to even find out more about the property and get somebody on the phone, chances are when you get in there and you need something, it's gonna be even more harder for you. You feel what I'm saying? So, girl, it's just been it's been a lot of mess. So when y'all get done with these apartments, we want you to tiptoe on your J's and get them taken care of too. All right. So let's go ahead and keep going. They're saying the DOJ's investigation isn't limited to Cortland and RealPage. Girl, this is my favorite sentence. This is my favorite sentence. Thank you. Thank you. It is not limited to. Okay. It has expanded to include dozens of property owners and managers across the country. The investigation has escalated from a civil matter to a criminal probe. Reflecting the seriousness of the allegations, the DOJ and Federal Trade Commission are key players in this crackdown on anti competitive behavior. Eat that, it's up, Your Honor. Okay, Real Pages and his clients are already facing multiple lawsuits, a class action lawsuit by renters, as well as lawsuits by attorneys general in Washington D.C., Arizona, and North Carolina, alleged that Real Page and his clients conspired to limit the supply of rental units and raise prices. When y'all put that class action lawsuit out, can y'all come email me or something? Send me a letter so I can be in that number when the Saints go marching in. Because I too have rented apartments around that time, a long periodically time ago. But I'm sure I was in that number, and I would like to get my coin. I would like to get my dividend or whatever. Please hit me up. Okay? Please hit me and give me. Okay, they're saying RealPage denies any wrongdoing, asserting that their software is designed to be legally compliant. According to whose word? However, a federal judge in Tennessee has allowed much of the class action case to proceed, indicating that the allegations of price fixing are substantial enough to warrant further examination. My. Okay, the investigation is particularly relevant to the renters in Rhode Island. It shouldn't be particularly to them. When you say it's nationwide is on your side. So we need y'all to be on everybody's side, okay? Not just Rhode Island, okay? Get it together, because y'all said nationwide. Get it together. According to a report by Rent, okay, they're saying that Providence experienced the highest year-over-year change in rent prices in the U.S., with a 16.18% increase from March 2023 to March 2024. The Metro's median rent price reached $2,618 motherfucking dollars, making Providence the ninth most expensive metro in this study. Now, this sharp increase in rent is part of a broader trend that has seen rental prices in Providence climb from 1,845 in February 2019 to $2,743 in February 2024. Bitch, ain't nobody living that long, ho. Okay? What is wrong with y'all? Motherfuckers is not getting increases like that on their jobs. People have been getting laid off, whether they're announcing the layoffs on television or not, in the news or not. Okay, now there are certain websites that are, I think it was, is it 411.com? I think it was something 411.com. But anywho, they'll have like a list of all of the companies that have been doing like mass layoffs, even though the news may not report it. If you care enough, you can go and research that on your own. But girl, what? These people was getting laid off left and right. Increases were not coming, but y'all over there increasing motherfuckers rent. I can't. All right. So they're saying the RealPage investigation shines a light on how algorithmic price fixing can distort rental markets, leading to higher costs for renters by using sophisticated software to coordinate pricing. Decisions among landlords. Now, RealPage allegedly undermines the competitive market forces that would typically keep rents in check. This practice not only affects renters' wallets, but also exacerbates the broader issue of housing affordability, which is a critical concern for many Americans. Baby, and listen, I ain't got to get into more of this article for y'all to really know what the hell is going on, but they are saying for renters, this could be a crucial step towards more affordable housing and greater transparency in the rental market. Okay, so I don't know who triggered this investigation into Cortland management, then led to RealPage, but shout out to whoever you are. We appreciate it. And it may be all of the renters that's been complaining about the market. Okay, because y'all are exploiting people. And I'm so here for it. I am so here for it. Just make sure when y'all drop that class action, come see me. Come see me because I'm sure I had contributed at least to one apartment complex. At least to just one. You know what I'm saying? So, child, listen, I cannot. Come on, Jocelyn Hernandez. I cannot. This is a mess. This is a mess. So we have to get into real things over here on this channel.